So, um, I want to pick back up on something I had posted up on social media the other day about community. And I personally feel like the community has, literally, it hasn't been, there's no community. Um, and I'm not talking about family and friends. Okay, that's a whole different topic. That's family and friends. We could talk about that too, but we'll talk about that in a separate video. So in this video, we're gonna talk about community. Okay, we're not talking about family and friends and people that you know. Okay, and so all my life, I'm 41 years old. All my life, I grew up and I never really had a community that really supported who I am, or even for that matter, uh, my family. And when I mean my family, it extends down to my people. And when I say my people, uh, I'm not going to get into the details of who a Black American is. I was going to say my people. Hey, and so the thing I want to express is in 2025. There's some things that came out and some things that are going on around, and I'm not going to discuss on this channel. I can see it for what it is now, and now I just have to process for what it is. And so when it comes down to community, my community failed me. I can say that clearly and loudly and boldly and stand proud on that. Because yet again, I'm not talking about my friends and I'm talking about my family members. I'm not talking about that because we can talk about that in another video about friends and family. I'm talking about the community that surrounds your friends and family. So that your friends and family are part of your nucleus. So if my community, when I say my community, that's including my nucleus, that's including my friends and family. So I say my community did not support my fucking family or me or my people, right? So just get that clear from the get-go. And so when I talk about community in these next few chapters, or however long this little segment goes, or this rant goes, or this hot take goes, I hope it benefits somebody. I hope that my videos really benefit somebody. And so what I'm gonna say is, as a person that has a lot of skills and talents, as I do, my community didn't utilize that. They didn't utilize that. In fact, they actually um, did the total opposite. And the fact that I have skills and I have talents and things that some people may be amazed at one thing, other people may be not amazed at all. Um, it just amazes me altogether that my community did not support me and it failed me. And I'm gonna reiterate this again. When I say me, that's including my family, immediate and large, my friends. That's my nucleus, and so on and so on. And I'm talking about everybody around outside of that is the community that surrounds me, my family, my people. So I'm speaking upon those things in these videos. Is how I've been failed, and not to make it sound like it's just been me, but I'm speaking for a specific demographic of people that can resonate with this, and it's a large demographic. So when I say our community did not support us, I'm talking about everybody else that's not part of your nucleus and your family and your friends. I'm talking about everything else around that that surrounds you, that makes you family, that makes you friends, that makes you a nucleus. That's the community I'm talking about. So don't get it confused in these next few chapters when I talk about the community has failed us. our community has failed us. Their community has failed us. Community, period, is a failure. When you look at your friends, your family as your nucleus, as you, as one, and your people as one, because that's all included in the same. Because you have relatives and it extends it to relatives, and they have friends of friends, and so on and so on. So I'm not talking about those people. And that's what you would consider we, the people, or my people. And that's where you can understand that part, hopefully, and it doesn't go over your head and try to misconstrue it to something else. If you do, you're just being an asshole and making shit up. So let me just get straight to the point. The skills that I've had and the things that I can contribute and things that I can do and people don't even know was based on the education system. The education system here in America is responsible for my upbringing. My mom didn't raise me. I was at school. I'm 41. So I just want to just be clear about my community failed me because my mom's at work, so she's not there. My family's at work, they're not there. I'm in my community, and they failed me. So I went through school, through public school system. Some of my families went through private school system, and it failed them too. Some of them went to college. Some of them went to universities, and that system failed them too. Okay, and this is what I mean by I'm speaking for on behalf of my people at this point, the people that can resonate with this. Our community failed us. So it turns from not just me, it turns to we and I. So um, I'm not going to get into the specifics on how our community failed us, but it failed us. That's not the debate I'm here to talk about. I'm just here just to kind of just touch on a couple topics and move on, because these are things that are going through my head that I need to get out and I need to share with people, because I feel like sharing it with myself, I had enough. So I want y'all to hear this. So yeah, my community failed me, or our community failed us. If you consider us as me and you as we and we as the people, and we can go from there. The people that actually failed us, if you want to identify who the community is, it's it's these institutions, it's these schools, it's these businesses, large, big, small, and medium. That's your community. And so while some people are given chances in that society or in that community based on affirmative action, or what some people like to call, from my community, the token nigga. There's only so many token niggas they can take. Okay, so since affirmative action was something like way before my time, like I said, there's a lot of shit I can't even talk about because it leads right into politics, so I'm not gonna go into that. But I'm gonna touch on a couple topics, and I'm about to move the fuck on. So since we have affirmative action, we've got some people that have succeeded in life, and you know what? Hey, if they chose you, shit, that shit was like a lottery, bruh. Shit, they could have chose me. How can I hate on that? It's like the lottery. So good luck to you and your job and what you do. It's just the way you go about doing it against your own people. You're gonna have to deal with that when the time comes. And like I said, I'm just touching on a couple topics, and then I'm gonna move the fuck on from there. And that time has came at this time. And whether if you know it or not, whether if you believe it or not, that's okay. Because some things won't be televised, and that's just what I was told. And so the thing that I noticed that with people is that the entire community look down upon me because this face. Like I'm walking around now. Like there's people walking around right now And whether if I do this, good morning, I still get, so because I feel uncomfortable after I'm saying good morning to people, that's why I just stopped. It's like it's hard to be polite, and I'm gonna say it like what it is. It's hard to be polite to strangers, especially foreigners, when they don't know they don't. This is not part of their customs. Is to be polite. How you doing this morning? You know, good morning, good afternoon. How's your day going? That's not part of their customs. So it's just weird walking around a place where everybody looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm smiling at you. But in your head, you thinking I want to do something to you, and that's not quite the case. So in that case, I think I need to start walking around like this. You know what I mean? That's about the new attitude right now for me. And I really don't care about what people are talking about because the attitude for me is that's what I get either way. So I might as well be comfortable in myself and be able to walk around and do me and not feel like y'all making me feel uncomfortable like I'm gonna do something to you. So other than that, this make you not want to look at a person like me, and I like that. It make you not want to make eye contact with me, and I like that. And so I'm not gonna walk with my head down in life the whole time because I don't want to make eye contact with you because you looking at me fucked up. Excuse my French, but I ain't French. So other than that, I'm gonna say it like that. But I'm not gonna do this for the sake of the video. I think I'm just gonna do this on my regular time when I'm not on video. So other than that, I think I'm gonna start making faceless videos, and so that way, it's not that I can say what I want, but it's just people be hating. They be hating because of my face, the color of my skin, the way I dress, my swag, style, whatever. I don't know. I have no clue. I dress regular as fuck. Yeah. Yes, I love flannel shirts. Yep. Give me a flannel, Pendleton, anytime. That's my go-to. I just don't like the green ones. Something about it. Well, you know what? Let me take that back. It gotta be a nice green one. But any color's cool. You know, manly colors. But any color is cool. So, yeah, other than that, let's get back into the conversation about community. So, yeah, my community failed us, or our community failed us. Let me say this correctly because I feel like when I say I and I say me, then it makes it feel like I'm talking to you. And I don't want you to feel that way if you're watching my video. If that makes sense. So, and damn, that just kind of hit me right now. That makes a lot of sense. So I think what I'm gonna do is because if you're watching me and you're agreeing with me, it makes sense that I should say us and we because then we're on the same team, right? Because if you're not, then you're gonna tune off anyway. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, there it is. All right, set it for 2024 course is that is now it's us and we because there's other people going through the same shit. Just some people haven't came to the crossroads of I need help or I need to process this or think this out or even some good advice not to do some fucked up shit. So I think that's what we're gonna go with that at. Yeah. So it's we. So my my thoughts are now is because I know I'm not alone in this, and just because of places I've been like jail, and hearing the bullshit, um, I know I'm not alone in this. So I'm not gonna act like it's just me. That'd be really fucking selfish. There's a lot of good people that sat in jail and were completely innocent based on lies of a cop and an officer. I was one of them. And because people can't process things like, Title 18 USC 1506 or 1508 or 1509, all right, let me say that again. Title 18 USC 1028, 1506, 1507, and 1508. Some people can't process that, in their brain when you give them a document that supports their argument. So I realized there's just some people that are not like intelligent enough to process the things that I have going on. And my wife had to tell me like she had to kind of like tell me like, and other people had to tell me too. But she really kind of nailed it in because she's been like paying attention to every detail that They told me I was like special ed, and then my wife goes, "Well, Albert Einstein's was special ed," and I'm like, "Fuck that guy. I never met him, never seen him." Oh wow, Blake Goose, that's dope. Um, and so for me, I kind of just looked at it like, "Hey, I'm passing through, passing through, passing through, passing through. Chill out. You look beautiful. I like you." Oh yeah, you guys want to see these guys? Look at them, white geese, super dope. Yeah, I walk right through them. You know? They're just saying what's up. So anyway, um, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, back to my thoughts. So anyway, um, I'm kind of just like at the point right now, um, seeing how my community has like treated not only just me but others. And this is what I'm saying. I can't say just me because then that'd be very selfish of me to say I went through this, I went through that, I did this, and I had to go through that, and this is my outcome. When there's other people that have came before me, went through the same shit, and paved the path, so I could do the same shit. And then there's other people that's coming behind me that gotta walk that same shit of being an innocent person and still dealing with that, right? Mind you, like I said, when it comes down to this community shit, I blame my community. So the institutions, the jobs, the businesses, and all type of stuff. Because at the end of the day, I was raised by America. They had us at their schools, learning what they want us to know, not what my parents wanted us to know, not what my granny wanted us to know, what they wanted us to know. So when I look at the success of what I'm doing in life right now, and somebody got something to say about me, is because of the fact that of affirmative action is the success that I have. And there's other people that already have been grandfathered in and gifted that affirmative action job, and it's going to be forever because that's part of what you do when you got a good worker, and he could produce you a fleet of new workers because their children can be guaranteed a job because of affirmative action, and that their father already had that job, and there won't be any other positions available unless somebody screws up and gets fired from that job. But um, like I said, when we get into the part of the community part of it, our community failed us. That's all I can say. And if you think it hasn't, that's because you're probably on the other side of the community, on the side that's failing us. So if you think your community is successful, that's because you're failing us for you to be successful. Somebody got to lose. There's just no win-win when people are fucking greedy and don't respect others and where they come from and what they've been through in their history and all that. So this is gonna be my 20-minute tape. I'm trying to post a video a day. That's my new challenge. And so I'm gonna go post some other stuff. And I think I'm gonna break my channels up. I think it makes that amount of sense. And so I realized I think I'm gonna make me a personal channel for myself that I can talk about these things. And I guess be like man related topics. And I think I'm doing some things like because I'm dealing with my own mental health issues. And I know other men are dealing with their mental health issues. And I've ran into real men going through their mental health issues. And a lot of it stems from what I'm complaining about. Our community failed us completely, one way or another. And I'm not saying it's just affirmative action. I'm not saying it's just affirmative action that how it failed us because it's only a limited amount of spots they will allow a person of my color, my skin to have a job, and then start lessening that down to a smaller degree. So, um, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and chime off in the next 20 seconds or so because it's been about 20 minutes. I'm not trying to make my videos too long; they become boring. So, try to keep about 15 minutes. 5 minutes is extra, is just some extra talk, but it's whatever. But peace, y'all. I'll see y'all later on the next one.